Welcome back. I'm glad to have you with me today. If you want to improve your drawing skills, I have a good exercise for you, and this just relates to training your mind and your body and your hands to relax so that you will be able to draw more gracefully in the long run. Now, at the same time, what this does is it helps you to relieve stress, so it's very therapeutic. And what I want to show you how to draw is a mandala. And for those of you who don't know what that is, it's basically a circular shape with all these interesting designs and patterns in it. And mandalas are actually meant to be therapeutic when you draw them. They're good for meditation, and they're good with good for dealing with emotions, and also help you to relieve stress and cope with illness. So this is not only beneficial artistically, but also physically in everyday life when it comes to our health and well-being. So we'll get started in just a second, but I just wanted you to be aware of that. What I'm using today is really a couple of tools. I'm using a gel ink pen as well as a Sharpie. And these are not artistic tools, really. I didn't get these at an art supply store. I just got these at a standard office supply store. So as you're starting out, just keep in mind that you can use just these standard items. And on the instruction sheet, I have a list of supplies here, and one of them is a compass. That is optional, and on the back, it just talks about drawing circles within circles to create shapes that I'm getting ready to show you how to do. But some of you may find this to be more tedious than others, so I want to show you the most relaxed way to do this, at least a way that is relaxed for me, and I feel like if it's relaxed for me, it'll be relaxed for you too. And it's all just a matter of freehanding it. There's no measurement involved, no specific guidelines or specific plan with it. It just involves starting somewhere, and in this case, it's going to be starting with a small circle and then just making it up from there. This is just a good way to train our mind to relax. So I'm going to start out on a bigger sheet of paper and move my original example aside. And I'm going to take my gel ink pen. And again, I'm going to start with a small circle. Freehanding it. Again, this is not going to be perfect, so we're going to start there. And from here on out, it's a matter of deciding what shapes that I want to draw in each level or each section. So, in other words, this is going to be a system of patterns that are circling around each other. So, as I think of other shapes to draw for this next section, it could be anything in regard to triangles, to more circles, to organic shapes that I can just make up. In this case, I think I just want to start with triangles. So I'm going to begin by putting one there. Okay, and not just is this a triangle, but it's also a curved triangle. The edges are not perfectly straight. And I'm just going to be consistent with it and work my way around that circle. Okay, so what I can do next is something different, just to add some variety. And again, I have no specific plan for this. I didn't think about this 5 seconds ago. It just came off the top of my head now. So I'm gonna just think of half circles or curved upside down lines or U shapes, however you want to see them. And just go between each triangle and be consistent with that. You don't have to follow my design to a T. You can make this up as you go if you're following along. You're welcome to do that. I encourage it if you want to. Just as long as you understand what I'm trying to get at here, it's just a matter of making your shapes grow bigger, and you're changing your shapes in each section. So or repeating them and altering them as you go along too. Just depends on what looks natural to you. So what we have here is a circle to start out with, then we have triangles, and then I've continued with half circles or upside down U's. And I have more space here to work with, so I'm just going to continue. So what else could I do? Well, I think I want, in this case, to design triangles again, but I'm going to change the shape up a little bit. And I'm going to make them look more like flower petals or leaves. And I'm starting from one end of the curved shapes in the previous section, coming to a point here, and then coming back and then ending at the other end of that curved line. And then I'm going to start over here in this section. And again, just be consistent as I go around. So now I can just keep going. You could just repeat the pattern over and over again if you just want to stick with 2 shapes if you'd like, or 3. Whatever inspires you. Now, what you'll notice is that I messed up here. I accidentally strayed off and didn't continue out to here and then end where this triangle shape is. There's a way to fix these things, but know that if you change it up here, you can do the same on the shapes that are in that particular section to help. Obviously, you can't erase ink, so this is just another way to correct that if you're using ink. So what can I do here? I can maybe do something like that. Take my Sharpie and fill that in. Do the same there. Now it looks intentional. It doesn't look like a mistake if you accidentally stray off or do something you didn't intend to do. Okay. If you wanted to continue that trend in other areas, you could, that you've already drawn if you wanted to. Or just outline here and there, just in certain areas if you chose to. And that doesn't even mean that if you jump to using a Sharpie and enhance certain areas of your design, that you can't continue to make this expand if you want to either. And this is in black and white, but you can also add color if that is your choice. Okay, so you get the picture. This is just a quick example. And here was my original. That was just done with a small fine point pen. But I want to give you this time to practice and see what you can do with them. I wanted to also mention that if my 4-Hers are tuning into this, there is a category for it in the state fair if you wanted to get more detailed with it and produce an actual piece of art with it. This is just an exercise for practice, but if you wanted to continue this artistically, then there would be an area for it. It would fall under the drawing category, and it would be under section 747, a circular shape object, and it's described as drawing a subject to fit a circular shape. So keep that in mind, and for anyone who is interested in learning more from me in the future, feel free to contact me, and I hope that I'll be able to help you out. Have a good day, and we'll see you next time.